You're probably ruining your life every single day and you don't even know it. Here's 7 habits that if you're continuing to do after this video, you need to stop because they are secretly eating away at your heart and your true goals. So here's number 1, scrolling is the first thing you're doing when you're waking up in the morning. I don't think you should be scrolling at all, but science says you shouldn't be scrolling, especially for the first thing you're doing in the morning. If you're waking up and hopping on your phone, it's really destroying that mental you got. And there's a couple different reasons. Cortisol is entering your brain when you first wake up in the morning. And what cortisol does is it kind of gives you like memory, energy, and everything else that you need for your day. When you hop on your scrolls, that's being literally fed into your brain for you to live off on the rest of your day. And if you're kind of going through that like blur and that feeling of like, oh crap, like my day sucks, it's probably because you're waking up and putting things that are very negative in your mind. Scrolling on TikTok, Instagram, those are kind of things that are subliminally like entering your brain and eating at it every single day. So you really don't want to continue down that path. Number 2, avoiding difficult conversations. Now, this does not mean starting arguments. This means that you're avoiding things that need to be said and need to be handled in an appropriate manner, okay? And if you're not handling them in an appropriate manner, they kind of start to destroy your life subliminally. I know people that have really bad roommates, and the reason they have really bad roommates is because they've avoided that super difficult conversation where they didn't tell them the thing that bothered them at the beginning, and now we're in the middle of the season or the middle of the year, and those things just start to get at you. And that's with everything. You need to avoid, or you don't need to avoid those difficult conversations. If you're failing at something, the best thing you can do is be like, hey, this is what I need, and this is what we need to fix. And if you can handle those appropriately, you'll start to notice your life increasing. Your life is very important, and what you feel is also very important on a daily basis. If you feel like something's wrong, try and mitigate those feelings by having those difficult conversations and getting into them. It really will benefit your life, and you'll notice just how life levels up right after that. Number 3 is going to be constantly comparing either your life to other people's lives or other people's lives to other people's lives. Playing that comparison game really does nothing for you. The truth is you only know the behind the scenes of your life. You only know every little small interaction. You know every little detail of your life, right? You don't know other people's lives. You don't know how, they got that check. You don't know how they got to go on that vacation. You don't know why they're on that vacation. You don't know what they're doing with that car. You don't know how much debt they're in to buy that house. You don't know these things. So when you start kind of comparing your life to other people's lives, of course, everyone else's life is going to look better than yours. In reality, I think you're probably doing a lot better than you think. And the truth is people are probably doing the same thing mentally with themselves that they are to you. So they're sitting there telling them like, man, I wish I had this. I wish I had this person's confidence, or I wish I had this person's car, or this person's family, or this. You can't play the comparison game, because the truth is it's just going to eat at you. You don't know what they did for these things. You don't know kind of all of the situations that they go down. Number 4 is breaking promises to yourself. This is one of the worst things you can do, truthfully, is that if you set a goal or you set something in your mind and you say you're going to do it and you don't, it honestly destroys your internalized system that you have going on. And it really defeats you. That's one of the worst things you can do, because it kind of emphasizes this idea in your mind that you are unsuccessful and you're going to be unsuccessful at whatever it is, especially if you're breaking promises towards yourself. If you make a goal, this is why people say New Year's resolutions are terrible, is because so many people make these New Year's resolutions and they never come true. They never fall through. They never go through it. And it kind of repeats this idea in your mind of, okay, I'm not going to be able to do this. I'm not going to be able to accomplish this. I'm not going to be able to accomplish that. No, you are able to accomplish it. You just haven't made that promise to yourself. So with this, I want your next goal or the next promise that you make for yourself, you have to do it. You have to achieve it. Whether or not it's, I'm quitting smoking, do this every day, I want to go to the gym, I want to do this, I want to do this, whatever it is, put it in the comments, let me know what you think that is, and seriously, let's go for it. And I can hold people accountable. I'm great at that. That's been my job for years. It's just holding people accountable. So if you need some accountability to accomplish your goals, whether it can be small things. It's like, I want to clean my room. Clean it. Get it clean. Make these promises and keep them. Number 5, toxic self-talk. This kind of goes in with the breaking your promises. Being down on yourself is never going to do anything good for you. You need to have ambitions and you need to have dreams. And if other people are telling you you can't solve them and you get into your head about that, man, you're doing one of yourself the largest disservice of all time. All of the greatest people out there never had that. They kind of did because they wanted to be perfect, but the truth is that, these guys were like, why am I not better than the next guy? I need to train harder. I need to do this. I need to get better. Rather than, why am I so bad at this? Why can't I do that? Why are they achieving this? Why am I not achieving? These are different. Like, the guys that say it, they're like, I need to do this. I'm going to do it. The guys that aren't great are typically the ones that are like, why is this happening to me? Why am I so bad? Why, and your life kind of collapses in your head. You're like, there's no way I could possibly do anything. There's no way I could possibly achieve anything in my life if you're just super negative and it never kind of comes to fruition. Number 6, waiting until you feel like it. This is one of the worst. A lot of people are like, I'm just going to wait till I feel like it. I don't feel like doing this right now. I don't feel like cleaning my room right now. This kind of goes into the breaking of promises. They kind of mix together really well. It's like, I don't feel like going to the gym today. I don't feel like doing this today. I don't feel like drawing today, picking up the pencil. When God wakes you up, it is time for you to do the goals you have set out. He has set out for you as well. You need to achieve those. And the way that you're going to do it is by pushing through that, I don't feel like doing this right now. No, you're going to do it. We need you to do it because if you don't do it, you're not going to achieve anything. We want you to achieve something. That's the goal. Okay? If you're waiting because you don't feel like it, how many of the greatest YouTubers or greatest artists or greatest musicians out there waited until they felt like it? They waited until it was right in front of them. They waited until a great... Never. This is not your decision to make. It is your decision to make whether or not you want to get up and do it. That's fine. But whether or not you want to be great is not your decision. That is up to the people. And the only way that the people can decide whether or not you're great is if you did great things when you didn't feel like it. Number 7 is waiting for validation to start. Nobody is going to validate you to start. And if they do, and you start that thing, you're probably not doing the right thing. You're not doing the right thing for yourself. You don't need other people to tell you what your dreams are. You don't need other people to tell you how to handle certain things, how to do this, how to do that. If you're waiting around for that, you are not the person that you need to be. You need to have validation of yourself. You need to be like, I am capable. I can do this, and I need to do this. And if I'm not doing it, then I'm not achieving what I'm supposed to achieve. And that's just the truth. This is what we need out of you. And this is why there's certain things where it's like, I'm grumpy, I'm frustrated, I can't do this. You can do it, you just haven't started. Why don't we pick up the notepad? Why don't we get started? Why don't we make the plan? Why don't we go through with this? And then you will see how easy it is to succeed. But yeah, these are 7 habits that are ruining your life. If you guys think there's any more habits, please drop it in the comments section. Drop a like on this video if you enjoyed it. And I will get back with you later.